Guys, so today's video is going to be my foundation routine. I've been meaning to do this for a really long time, but I figured this time would be better because this is like my fall foundation routine, because I do different things in the summer with my foundation, and I just decided to show you guys the fall version of my foundation routine. So if you guys want to see how I get my foundation routine and how I do it on a day-to-day basis, then please keep watching. Okay, so the first thing I did was I just did my eyebrows. I have a full brow tutorial on my channel already, so if you guys want to see that, I will link it down below. That way you guys can see how I do my eyebrows if you were interested. And yeah, I'll go ahead and link it down below. So the first thing that I do is I do my foundation, obviously, my liquid foundation, and I go and do that. The foundations I've been loving is my Revlon Color Stay and my L'Oreal True Match. I've had these forever and I just feel like they lasted me so long, but I do like this one in the winter and fall time, just because my skin is a little bit more drier. But right now, since it's still hot here in Texas but my skin is drying up a little bit, I mix them together. That way I can get my perfect coverage, and I just feel like the formula together is really nice. First thing I'm gonna do is just mix these two foundations that I mentioned. I just mix them on my hand. I wish I had like a little plate or something, but I don't, so I just mix it on my hand. And then I will take just the end of a brow brush or any brush, and I just like mix it together. So like that, I just mix it on my hand, and then I will just dab it all over my face. Oh crap, I forgot my primer. Okay, so before I do foundation, obviously I need a prime. Totally forgot about that, but I've been using the Professional. You guys know I love this stuff. Been using it for years, and I just put it right where my pores are. I don't put it anywhere else because I told you guys that I do break out easily. So I just put it right where my pores are, and then right here between my eyebrows. Can't believe I forgot my primer. But I don't put it on my chin because, as you guys can see, I break out so much on my chin. I break out on my forehead once in a while, but not really. Okay, so now we're gonna start with foundation, and I just like dab it all over my face, just even spots. Kind of just do this messily though. And then I take my beauty blender, or this is the Real Techniques a beauty sponge. It's really comparable to the Sephora's beauty blender. It's really affordable. It's only $5, so I decided to pick it up because I've been loving sponges or beauty blenders to apply my foundation. So I just take this side, which is the flat side, and I just blend out my foundation. And I do blend it down to my neck, just so it doesn't look weird and uneven or anything. I find that this foundation really matches my skin really well, like mixing them together. So that's what I really like about this as well. And it gives pretty much a full to medium coverage. I think the Revlon Color Stay by itself is pretty full coverage, and then the L'Oreal True Match is the same thing, so that's why it gives like a flawless full coverage look. So when I put in on my foundation, I don't go over my eyelids, just because I feel like if I go over it with foundation and then I go over it with powder and then I go in with primer, it makes my eyelids look kind of like cakey, I guess. It's really weird. So I don't go in and put anything on my eyelids but primer. I don't even put concealer on my eyelids unless I plan on not wearing that much eyeshadow. HD concealer. I've been using this for a while. I think since like the summertime, I can't even remember, but I just use it on my blemishes because I find that it's really good coverage. And I just take my sponge and just dab it out. Of course you can see some of my bumps, but I'd rather see a bump than it be all red and it looks all irritated. So it does cover it, but it's not gonna make your skin look like it's like airbrushed or anything like smooth, because there is a bump there. So I mean, I'd rather see a bump than, like I said, redness. So it does cover the redness pretty well. And then for my under eyes, I always take MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and this is in the color NW15. I do have the 20, and I used to use that on my blemishes. I find that this MAC concealer is really thick, so I feel like it breaks me out even more, so I stopped putting it there. So I guess I'm kind of sensitive on my chin with it, but I do really like it for under my eyes. I feel like it really covers my dark circles, and it just brightens. It makes my eyes look so much more awake than they already are. And I do have this color in a lighter shade just because I really like to highlight underneath the eye area, because I feel like it just really makes your eyes look bright, and I don't know, I just love the way it looks, and I've been doing this for a while as well. So I go ahead and take my beauty blender and use the pointed side and just blend that concealer out. And this concealer, it's crazy because it literally covers my freckles. Like, some people don't even really know I have freckles because this concealer covers it so well. So if it covers a freckle, just imagine what else it could cover. It could cover like if you have acne spots, like scars, this will definitely cover it. Usually when my foundation is still setting, I don't go in with powder right away. I like to let it set a little bit, and I will usually move on to my eyes. But since I'm not going to be doing eyes today, I'm going to show that off camera. I'm going to go in and powder my face. The powder I've really been liking is the Makeup Forever HD powder. You guys have heard me rave about this stuff, and I think Casey Holmes is the one that recommended this to everybody, and I just got hooked, and ever since then I've already gone through one of these, and this is my second one, and it is just a white translucent, which is really great because I like to keep that under eye bright so it doesn't give me any color or anything like that. So I go in with this brush. This is a Sephora airbrush concealer brush, and I just take a tiny bit on the brush like that, and I would just get right in there where we put that concealer. And you want to use patting motions, just because if you do like swirling or anything, it's going to move your foundation or your concealer around, so I always like to just pat. That way it really sets the concealer or foundation. And then for all over my face, I like to take a powder brush, but the one I've been liking, especially with this, is the e.l.f. powder brush, because it's a flat top, so it really like buffs it in, and I feel like it presses it into the skin better. So I just swirl it like this. Sometimes it kind of comes out a lot, but I just tap off the excess, and then I will just pat it on my face. And it instantly like mattifies your face, and it makes it look like so soft. I really like it. And like I said, I don't go on the eyelids or anything. I wait until I use primer. So since I'm going to be doing a foundation routine, I decided I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my everyday blush and bronzer, or contouring powder, whatever. I use the Hoola by Benefit in this Real Techniques contour brush, and I seriously cannot put this stuff down because this brush is like, I've been looking for the perfect contour brush for the longest time. So I love this one, and I just take a tiny bit, tap off the excess, and I start right where my ear is, and then I don't go past where my indent is, I guess you can say. So I start back here, and I just make circular motions, and sometimes I will put my mouth like that so I can really like just see where it is. And I really like bronzer because it really warms up the face, and it gives more dimension and color to your face than it looking all flat like this side does. I just think it brings the whole look together, and I really like contouring and stuff. And then I take it up to my temples, but I don't take too much because it can look kind of funny. It makes it look kind of muddy sometimes if you use too much at one time. So I just take a tiny bit and just really buff this in because you don't want it to look too harsh, especially on your forehead. So now that that's done, I'm going to go in with my blush, and the blush that I've been loving for like years that I still use like basically every day is Milani's Luminoso, and it is the prettiest coral blush, and I just find like this color on my cheeks really brings out my hair and my skin tone and stuff, and I really like this shade on my lids. It's kind of similar to Benefit's Coralista, so this is kind of like a dupe, except Benefit's Coralista does have a little bit more pink in it, and this is definitely more on the orangey peachy side. So I just go ahead and take my e.l.f. small stipple brush. I really like this because it gives that precision of blush. Just take it right on the top. That way you still see that contour line, but then it brings that rosy cheeks to your face. So that is it for my foundation. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my makeup, and then I'll be back. Okay, so this is the finished look. I hope you guys really enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And I will see you guys in my next video very, very soon. Bye!